Okay, this is I wanted to show how I make um, my dummy sand headers for testing. I make a piece of. I turn this on my lathe, but you wouldn't have to. You could find some round dowel that's big enough. This is 2 7/8, and then use a flat bottom drill bit like a Forstner bit, and with the pass through hole for the fuse. It would go on like this. The hole is just so that it has more glue surface area onto the end of the motor. And I wrap some gum tape around the end of the motor first to get a tighter fit to the hole. And then I just use CA glue to secure it in place. You could use any kind of glue. Um, then the fuse will come out like that, and I kind of just twist it around. And for the case, I use some 3-inch gum tape that has the nylon reinforcement in it that's used for packing. And I just kind of roll it on like this. I already wetted this ahead of time. And then I stagger another piece on here. These are disposable headings. You don't have to retrieve these if you don't want to. They're cheap enough you can just let them be. And I've tested these up to 1,000 grams of sand, and I haven't had them collapse on me or do anything weird or cause the rocket to go erratic. Matter of fact, they fly pretty darn straight. But you get the idea. It's getting sticky because I let the tape sit out ahead of time before I turn the camera on. So that's basically what it looks like. Now what I do is I dump about 20 grams of flash powder in there. I put a chipboard disc on top, just a real thin one, and then weigh out my sand, dump that in. In this case it'll be 800 grams. Then I just close this up, put a clove hitch on it, and call it good. You can retrieve these if you don't pop them with a flash. Um, the way a sand header is supposed to be used is no flash is used in it. It goes to apogee, and then it flips over, the sand falls out, and that eliminates your danger of somebody getting hurt. And that's probably a good idea to use in a residential area if you're worried about salutes going off. Not necessarily residential, but if you got close neighbors, I mean. Um, but I'm actually needing to know when the delay is going to work with this amount of weight, with this motor and fuel. So uh, that's the purpose of the flash powder. So, but you can do it either way. And if you do find them, the ones that you didn't break with flash powder, you can cut the tube off like right underneath this gum tape and re-tape it onto your new rocket, and then just put your new casing gum tape on and you're ready to go. In other words, you're just able to reuse this wood, and I don't worry about trying to remove the tube from the wood. I just cut the tube off above it and then go from there, and I just use a longer pass-through fuse. So anyway, I just thought I'd pass that along. It's always kind of hard to come up with a cheap and quick way to build a rocket header for weight. The only other option I've been able to use is expensive spiral wound paper tubes, and they're kind of hard to come by for the sizes you want. So anyway, that's it.